Mr. Good Luck Have Fun himself. Yep. Alright, let me join a voice channel so John can join me. John, if you're in chat, I'm in the general voice channel at SegaCrew. If you want to join me.
Hey, what's up, dude?
Hey, John, how you doing?
Good, good. Okay, I can hear you good.
Alright, let me just make sure I stream this for you so you can see no delays on your end.
Yep, good call.
Alright, can you see?
Yep, got it.
Alright, so you got more a little real time going on at Discord.
Perfect.
Alright. So, guys, I'm gonna leave the commentary over to John because he is the Quackshot master, of course. And I'm gonna start. The timer will start when I press start, and I'll let John take it from there. So, hopefully I should beat this in less than 30 minutes. And since I pretty much know this game, John will cover a good portion of what I'm going to do. I told him offhand what I'm going to do and what I'm not going to do. So, let's get this going.
For sure, for sure. Give me 5 seconds.
Alright. Let me know when you're good.
Alright, we're good.
Alright. Alright, guys. So I'll do a countdown, and then I will let John take it from there. So here we go. 3, 2, 1. Let's do this.
Alright, let's do this. So, welcome to Quackshot, everybody. This is your first time seeing this run. Hopefully, I feel you're in for a treat. It is very fast-paced. Usually we start in Mexico. I think we had a little bit of a miss here.
Yeah, that was a bad accident.
All good in the hood. So what you're going to see here is actually the peppers. When you collect 5 peppers, Donald's going to freak out. There's typically a pretty straightforward route you will follow here, which ZG did just fine. You'll come here second. So what we're going to do is pretend like that didn't happen, and we're going to go to Mexico. So here we are. Here we are at the start of the speed run here. You're going to see a lot of sliding. Sliding is the fastest way to move Donald. If you are shooting while holding still, you're just going to stop in place. So what you're also going to see is Donald jumping and shooting. It's just like Mega Man. Jump and shoot. Jump and shoot. As long as you are in the air, you can continue moving forward. So you're going to see ZG doing a lot of that here. Other than that, it's just some solid platforming here. There is practically no RNG in this game, so if you're a big fan of games that don't include RNG in the runs, this is probably the run for you. ZG is not going to go for long jumps here, which is definitely a marathon safe thing. With the long jumps, you'll be able to skip these platforms that will move. What you're going to see here is just a little bit of waiting. Not a big deal. It's still very important to pay attention because it is easy to mistime these jumps and fall off. And deaths in this game are not very friendly. They take you back to the beginning of whatever screen you are on. And while there are unlimited continues, that takes you back to the very beginning of the stage, which you don't want. No, even drops are not RNG. Everything has its place. Which is actually pretty nice, because that popcorn that he just picked up is going to be very important for a skip coming up. Or, let's not say a skip, but a faster method of getting through the Mexico Temple. So here he is. We're going to pretend like he didn't go there first, so he just played through the entire level of Duckburg there, and he's on perfect pace. Here we go back to Mexico. One thing you'll see here is he tries to jump over the tech box. All of the NPCs that you will run into in this game will be able to talk to you, and for the most part they're not too much of a time loss if you do happen to talk to them. The worst offender of time loss is on the Viking ship. If you happen to talk to the sweet senorita right there, not too big of a deal, but you will see ZG trying to jump over practically every NPC you'll see here. He's gonna go through the temple now. And here comes the first attempt at trying to speed things up a bit. He's gonna switch to popcorn here shortly and try to snag this first pattern.
Nope. It's okay.
Forgot the jump, not too big of a deal. He's just gonna have to wait it out here for a minute. These platforms really... This spot right here is, for the most part, people's first reset spot on the game. If you're not doing long jumps, missing that pattern tends to be kind of a downer. It loses you a couple of seconds. And you'll see a lot of resets there, especially when people start to get their times really low and every second starts to count. And of course we run into Goofy, because why wouldn't we run into Goofy in the temple? He's going to give us the red plunger and a note, which if you're playing the game casually, the note is actually very important as it gives you a key to the puzzle, but from what I understand, ZG's also not even going to be needing that note because he's going to try to skip that puzzle entirely altogether later. The red plunger is great because it's going to allow him to start scaling walls, which for those of you that were paying attention, there is a wall that he needs to scale in Duckburg, so that's where we're heading now. So watch ZG escape the temple now. Popping some the temple guards there in the face. There is a safety turkey here. He's definitely going for it. Good call. Donald does have a badonkadonk in this.
Yeah.
Actually, he's got a badonkadonk in anything, really. But
Oh, for sure.
somebody had pointed out to me, too, if you are holding steel, the tip of Donald's tail actually points in the direction that you need to go. It doesn't change, but I thought it was pretty cool. Alright, so we're back to Duckburg. We're going to scale this wall, and nothing too significant here. This is just a stage that just requires some good execution here. We like to stay with that boom that you saw at the bottom of the screen for as long as possible. Kind of an indicator of what your pace is on scaling the wall. And finally, the zip lines. Zip lines here, it's important to remember that you can't really make a run on this stage, but you can lose a run. So when in doubt, just play this stage carefully. Perfect. Yeah, good, and we're going to run into Gyro here, or Euro, whatever you want to call him at the end here. He's going to give you the bubbles, and you get a nice free ride back. This is your really, like, your first and maybe your only break in the game. Kind of set the controller down, stretch the fingers out a little bit. A good time. How you feeling, ZG? Have you played this? I hadn't seen if you'd gotten a chance to play this much.
Not since the last time I did speedrun attempts for this game.
Okay, I got you.
But the speedrun is fresh in my mind.
Alright, gotcha. Well, doing good so far.
Thank you.
So now we're just gonna be running backwards through it. This is a tough jump there. If you do miss it, not a big deal. You'll be able to catch a turkey there if needed, but ZG's only missing one hit, so turkey's really not that necessary. And we're gonna head on over to Transylvania now. Perfect. So there's a couple little things you can do here. Nothing too much to save time. This is just another skillful platforming section. Just knowing where the enemies are and knowing what kind of jumps to do over these upcoming rock sections is the biggest key in this stage. Well done. It's very easy to slip off of those. Donald does seem to be a little floaty if you're not used to the controls. And the water is very unforgiving. Donald's a duck that doesn't float. He'll sink to the bottom and you'll be restarting the stage. So with the bubbles, we'll be able to enter Transylvania. And what you're going to see now is some really intensive menuing here, switching back and forth to the bubbles and the plunger. So we'll just see how ZG is going to do with that here. Good, avoids the damage there from that little sneaky bubble in there. We're heading to the water. He's going to see if he can get the forward clip here. Oh, so close. Just clips the top wall there. You can fall to the bottom there just to save a little bit of time. Underwater stages. If you like underwater stages, underwater temples, guess what? Quackshot's got them. We're here. You're not going to be under here too long. There is health at the end of it, so you can kind of, as long as your health is good, you can feel free to take as much damage and blitz through this as you want. Even with the long jumps, there's not too many different strategies you do here. You just want to kind of stay at the bottom and take the top route at the end. Catch the free health replenish with some popcorn, and exit the stage. So in this next section, there's the ghosts that if you hold still, they won't break up. We're not worried about that here. We're just going to go ahead and tank the damage. Ride this platform up. Oh, nope, we're going to hold still. Never mind.
Just play it safe.
Smart move. If you are hit while this elevator is going up, the hurt animation will play on Donald, and the elevator will keep going without you, so you will just fall right off, and that is about a good chunk of time. I'd say about 10 to 12 seconds time loss waiting for it to come back. So smart play there to just wait it out. He's going to go for a wall skip here. It's going to require 2 well-placed plungers, or for the setup right here. That's looking pretty good. Oh, nope, this is a tight jump. But if you can do this, there's a skip. There it is there. This wall above you actually tries to crush you as you climb up, but you can use a glitch to push yourself all the way to the right side of the screen, and that allows you to just advance to the next screen at the cost of 1 life. And now we're just going to fly right on through these ghosts. And we're going to be going against Dracula. Pretty straightforward fight. He's going to be throwing 4 bats at you while shifting back and forth through the room. It takes 5 hits to take him out. There we go. Okay. It takes 5 hits to take him out, and he doesn't really have any other attacks in this. Typically, the biggest issue with this fight is health management. If you come in low, these bats do tend to whittle away your health. You can use popcorn to take them out, or you can try to dash to the corner to avoid them. It can be tough. There's sometimes when the fight can really just get away from you and you take a death there. But ZG does a good job staying alive, gets the real treasure math, and now we're off to visit our favorite tiger friend. So this is the second stage where you're going to run into Pepper Collection. And hopefully he gets there. Yep, got it in time. Items do tend to vanish rather quickly in this game when you get them off of an enemy, but CG made it in time. He's going to get the peppers and ride it out, hopefully, to the tail end of this stage here. He's going to have to slide through one section here, not too big of a deal. Alright, and here comes another NPC text box skip.
There we go.
Nails it. And of course, if you've played through this game casually, this is the maze stage. The maze stage that probably pissed you off. When you know the route, it's not near as big of a threat. So just keep in mind which doors he's going through if you ever plan on playing through this game again, and you actually make pretty quick work of this level. ZG is going to be going for the 1 cycle kill here. When this tiger jumps at you and he's in the air, he is vulnerable, and also he cannot hit you. So as long as you stay centered, you can time your popcorn shots to hit the tiger, turn around and hit the tiger as he lands, just like ZG did. That was a great fight. And you can get him before he even throws his first fireball at you. So he's going to collect the jewel for Egypt. And moving on. That was a great fight. It was also pointed out. It was also pointed out to me that that tiger doesn't have a tail. I don't think I had noticed that before. We have this is our third and final stage of collecting peppers. There is an alternative route to not collect the peppers in the last stage we were in. But the inputs for all that's a little tight. So we're going to go with the full peppers here. And collect the turkey off of that enemy right there. He's actually a very important enemy to hit. If you miss him, you'll miss going into this temple with full health. And now we're going to see a tight cycle here. If you can make it to the end of this first floor in time, you can actually go up the ladder with these plungers. We'll see if he gets it here. Very good. And then, of course, if you played this casually and then did not realize that this little shortcut was here on the right, you've had to play through the rest of the left of this stage, and it's just awful. I'm sorry if you've ever had to do that. That it is awful. You will take a lot of deaths, a lot of hits, just to find out at the very end of it that there's a shortcut there. Tight jump coming here. Goes for it. Oh, good hold off there. This is just some more platforming here right before we get to probably another relaxing moment of the game where you just kind of hold right to get through the tunnels. Good platforming, good platforming. So this section here actually looks pretty intense as these fireballs are chasing you, but as long as you're holding right, you're going to be just fine. ZG's doing a slope boost right there. As you saw, he kept his speed going extremely fast up the hill. You can do that by timing a slide by wiggling left and right. At just the right time, he gets another good boost there. Those are two great boosts there for this stage. The boost allows you to keep your speed for a certain amount of time going up. He's going to be skipping this puzzle here altogether. Great job there. The note that Goofy gives you has the solution to that puzzle where you're supposed to jump on the tiles on the floor. But as ZG just showed you, you can actually just blitz right through it and forget the puzzle altogether. As long as you're quick, that ceiling will not smash you. And then we have a little minecart section here. Always tricky, and your first time through this is a little rough because the controls change. As you can see, when you get right above a minecart, Donald's momentum will actually stop, so you do have to kind of guide him into the carts. So it's not a brain dead section. You do have to definitely pay attention to that or your run will be done. Alright, so we're in the first leg of South Pole here. This is, once again, just another platforming section here that's going to open up the Viking ship and then bring us back to it. Using the staff that we just picked up in Egypt, we're going to be getting the key for the Viking ship here. So I'm going to try to just make it through this as damageless as possible. That was great. Uses a good jump there to slow his momentum. When you're sliding in this game, if you shoot or if you jump, that is practically the only way to stop Donald's momentum. So ZG did a good job of using the item and then jumping there. This is probably one of the more technical stages in the speedrun. There's a lot of little things that are going on, timing your slides and timing your jumps at just the right time to avoid taking damage. Very tough stage. Alright, so once you get through that stage, they actually give you a little bit of a relaxing stage now. This is just going to be more or less trying to move Donald as quickly as you can to the right. It's not too much going on. They threw in a zip line here just because. Yep, Perfect. And they try to get you with a little bit more falling platforms here at the bottom, but again, as long as you keep moving right, not a big deal here. And you don't have to climb that ladder, you can just simply fall off like ZG does. And he gets the text box skip. If you catch that one actually does lose you about 3 seconds. So that was a great skip there. And we're working our way to the Ancient Viking boss. Again, if you've played this game before, you may have spent a lot of time looking for that hidden door there in the wall. Alright, so what ZG is going to do here now is get the first hit, and now he's going to try to time these bubble shots. With some fairly strict timing and placement, you can actually make it to where this boss does absolutely nothing to you. And it looks like he's got the timing and placement down perfectly. Very good, very good. I think this is his last hit. Well done. Job well done.
Got 7 hits.
Yeah, it is very unfortunate when you miscount that one. Alright, so with that in mind, now that we've got the green plunger, we're going to go back to the South Pole. We can now fly over this chasm. Even though this is a bit of an auto-scroller section, you do need to pay attention to it because it is slow, and any hit is a death on this. So if you are ahead on your pace and you let go of the controller for a second and one of these birds or a bomb catches you, your run's over because you're going to have to restart this at the start. So even though it looks really simple, if you are on pace or you're having a great run, your nerves are going off the chain right now. Even though, I mean, just look at it, like Donald doesn't look worried about this at all. But I hate the 2 auto-scrolling sections that we have here. That, oh God, I'm sorry I'm talking about them so much, but they really, like, I'm the most nervous when I'm doing those 2 stages. This is probably the hardest platforming section in the game. It has nothing to do with the whales, really. If you want to admire them and listen to them, that's fine. I know that's a lot of people's things, but there's just some tight jumps here, added to the fact that you do have ice/snow physics. Donald is sliding around right now, but ZG's doing a great job on it. So great, in fact, that he's already done with the stage, so that was perfect. And now he's going to go for the South Pole skip. This is a frame-perfect trick that he's going to be attempting to do as quick as he can with the bubble. Putting yourself on the correct pixel here will allow Donald to shoot through the floor. And it looks like he's got it right there. Perfect. So instead of playing this whole stage, we're just going to go right through the exit and go get the diary and get the hell out of here. That was a good setup there, ZG. Nicely done.
Thanks.
Oh no, kids kidnapped. Alright, great. Got them back. So, they needed another stage to add, so they got the kids kidnapped, and now we're going to go to Pete's hideout. And I guess get the treasure map back. I think that's the story. Alright, so another auto-scrolling section here. This one's a little shorter and a little simpler. Okay. Alright, and just more of the same here, just a little bit more platforming here. We got some more falling bridges. About 50% of the bridges in this game are built correctly. The other ones just kind of fall apart when you use them. And just to recycle some more, we got another minecart. Alright. Here is the notorious platform section.
I wonder if we're gonna take this part really easy.
You got it. Alright, so these platforms, they will cycle out, and back in, and back out, and back in. The further you advance through this stage, the next set of platforms will begin to cycle. So there is a way to essentially get through this as quick as possible, reaching certain points in the stage where the next two will cycle, so you'll be able to catch them. ZG's doing the very smart play here of just staying alive. It is extremely easy to die here. But looks like we're going to take no deaths here. This last jump is very tight, so everybody clench up. Perfect. You got it. Alright, and we got one more skip coming up here. He's going to do the duck drop. If you use Donald's momentum to carry him forward and duck at the same time, you will be able to perform an action, such as a slide, to avoid the troll hole altogether and actually skip a small chunk of this stage. ZG pulled that off perfectly. That was well done. And he'll tank the damage here and go on to the Pete fight. Clench. So, if you want to talk RNG, this is where we can talk it. Pete seems to kind of do whatever Pete wants to do. You can encourage Pete to move certain directions, but there are times where Pete will just change it up and go his own way. Like right there, he just decided to shoot down his smasher for a little bit. You can stand on Pete's head to kind of encourage him to just stay put or to chase Donald. Hopefully we don't see him change his mind too much. It looks like he decided right there he's just gonna go away from you and randomly shoot his smasher there, so that actually worked out really well in ZG's favor. Down is a great move as well. ZG's gonna be able to assume that Pete's gonna go all the way down and back up. And what you're trying to do is just stay close enough to Pete to where he can't really hurt you, and get in the hits that you need to take him out. That was actually a really great fight.
Thanks.
Alright, so using the Ancient Diary, we're actually heading to the... Yes, I'm sorry, you can unclench. My gosh, if you've been clenching this whole time, I am so sorry. Unclench for the last level here. ZG doesn't get the third troll snake, so that's cool. Yeah, oh gosh, I mean, I'm so sorry. I mean, if it makes you feel any better, I've been clenched about half the run, so. We're gonna go up here and take out a couple snakes. This is really just platforming at its finest, which is what Quackshot aims to do. These little breakaway platforms are very trolly. You can hold right all you want. Sometimes you will just fall, so you can avoid that by just sliding on them. The Ivy climb, you can do just like ZG's doing here, which is what I prefer to do, and just jump off of each one. Or you can platform right on up the side using plungers. And we are on the final stage of the game. ZG picks up a health on that zip line. Depending on what version of the game you are playing, that health is either there or not there. ZG's playing on revision 1, which has the health. If you're playing on revision 0, you don't have the health, so your health pickup is actually earlier in the stage, and right about now you're going to be really hurting. ZG is going to have no problem doing this though. This is the last cycle of the game that we need to catch. He needs to get over here before this platform reaches the wall, and he does. That's going to allow him to hopefully one cycle this one and climb straight up. Perfect. Any Indiana Jones fans here, you're going to recognize this next scene. The invisible platforms. Very intimidating at first until you realize that each platform is perfectly spaced out to the length of one dash jump. You can literally just hold right and jump the entire way. Final boss is actually very anticlimactic. He's going to try to time a popcorn shot into a decent sized frame window there to freeze the boss. And now we're going to use Donald's idle animation there whenever he decides to look at you is the perfect time to shoot the boss with the bubble. So now that we have the boss locked in place, you're actually just trying to make sure that you don't mistime your bubble shots. That's it. This is it. And while we could downplay it all you want, if you're on a great pace, this is nerve-wracking. Because you don't want to press this bubble early, and you don't want to press it late, because if you allow the boss to get his sword back, you're losing a lot of time. That was very good. Looks like no misses from ZG, and that's time.
Sub 28.
Very nice. Very nice. Nice run, man.
Thank you.
Again, if you are still clenched, you can unclench now.
Thanks for the GGs, guys. You know, for not speedrunning this game for a couple months, I'm actually kind of shocked I got this time.
That was great. I was actually just sitting there thinking that. I didn't say it, but I was like, you said you hadn't played since you last ran it. That was a solid showing there.
Thanks.
No problem. Well, hope y'all enjoyed that. That was a blast. Had a lot of fun watching it. I enjoy watching Quackshot. It doesn't matter who's playing it. I'll tune in every time. I enjoy watching this game.
All right, John, thank you very much for the commentary. It's been a pleasure having you here.
Sure, no problem.
John, my man, stick around if you want. We've got some Aladdin coming up.
Aladdin. Okay. Maybe. We'll see.
It's up to you. It's up to you.
It's been a hot minute, but I can talk some Abu.